Event Squid, software that thinks like you and works like 8 of you.
Hey folks, it's Matt from Event Squid with another video tutorial. Today, we're going to look at the guest setup tool. Specifically, we'll review how to leverage the simple guest method for capturing additional registrations. Primary attendees earn slots, then fill those slots at any point after completing their registration. The process is easy for the registrant, simple to support, and easy to set up. Let's dive in. Enter the event builder, then select the registration tab at the top. Click the registration items tool on the left. In this example, we'll use the attendee activity item type to act as our trigger. Click the new item button in the upper right, then use the attendee item type. Create an item called Exhibit Staff Passes. Click Create. In this example, we're going to charge exhibitors $200 for every staff person they'd like to bring, including themselves. Set the base item price to $200. Use the Limit Per Registrant field to restrict each exhibitor to a certain purchasable quantity. In this example, let's limit each exhibitor to a maximum of 20 staff passes. Now click the New Group button. Name the group Exhibitor Registration. You can also add optional group instructions right below the header. Now click and drag the Exhibitor Staff Passes item into the new group. Next, we need to add the Exhibitor Staff Pass item to the right form. That way registrants can see it. Click the Custom Profiles tool on the left. Then select the Exhibitor Profile Editor button on the right. Below, find the Staff Pass item. Then check the box to include it on the exhibitor registration form. Now that we have a registration item set up, we can configure the guest setup tool so that the system will interpret each exhibitor staff pass purchased as a unique individual. Click the guest setup tool on the left. Flip the switch to activate the guest tool. At the top, you'll see that the first decision we must make is the guest methodology. In this example, we're going to use the simple method. In step 1, you can set a label for all invited registrants. For our event, we're using the guest setup tool for exhibitor registration. Therefore, I'll use the associate label to keep things professional. In step 2, we designate which item will act as our trigger. Check the box next to the Exhibitor Staff Passes item. Now, take a look to the right. See how the registrant's allowed calculation states quantity chosen? That's because we used the attendee item type, which allows the user to select a quantity of one or more. The system can use that quantity to calculate the number of additional registrant slots that the primary registrant has purchased. In step 3, we can decide what information to request from each individual associate. Recall that the primary registrant will fill out a full form. For each invited registrant, the primary user will fill out a mini form with all information requested. In this example, let's ask for email address. Check the box next to email address. You can also ask up to 5 custom questions. let's ask each invited associate for their dietary restrictions. Now that we have our exhibitor registration framework set up, let's take a look at how it functions. Click the Continue button to move on to the Make Your Selections piece of the form. You'll see our Exhibit Staff Pass item. Use the drop-down to select 4 exhibit staff passes for a total of $800. Scroll down, then click Confirm Selections. Click Final Steps to move to Checkout. At checkout, the system will prompt me to enter my associate's information. Since I bought 4 total passes, one of them being for me, I earned 3 additional associate slots. Click the Change button on the right to submit information for an associate. You'll see a mini form appear with all of the prompts that we elected to ask associates in the Guest Setup tool. You can either fill out the associate information for one, all, or none of your associates at this time. If you'd like to move on and fill out your associate information later, you can click Finished. If you clicked Finish by mistake, you can always return to the Associate window by clicking the Modify Associate Information link above. After completing your initial registration, you can return to modify your guest list in the My Events area. Click your name in the upper right corner. Then select My Events from the drop-down. Find the event below. Then click the yellow Details button to the right. Then, click the Change Associate List link. From here, you can modify your additional registrant list. As an admin, you can modify a registrant's guest list on the dashboard. Click on your event stripe to open the live controls. Then access the registered attendees list below. Let's say the exhibitor in this example called in and wanted to add an associate to the on-site team. First, we need to click into the registrant's record. Now, simply use the drop-down to increase the quantity of the guest triggering item by 1. This will add an associate slot to the registrant's account. After adding a pass to the account, you can adjust the balance manually using the Adjust Account tool at the top. Or, if you have a live payment gateway connected to the event, you can manually charge a credit card. Click the Associates tab on the left. You'll see that the registrant now has an extra slot. You can fill this slot on behalf of the registrant, or they can fill it themselves by logging into their EventSquid account. To reduce the number of guest slots, you'll execute virtually the same process. First, reduce the triggering item quantity by the number of slots you would like to eliminate. In this case, we'll remove the slot we just added. Now, click the Associates tab on the left. The system will enable you to delete the corresponding number of guest slots. Once equilibrium is restored between the number of total associate slots and the triggering item quantity, the delete option will vanish. We hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.